You have to decide if you want to make money or make bushels. That's a leap. We farm in central Indiana. Family homesteaded here in 1869. We're a large-scale commercial grain farm that is not organic and not non-GMO, but is regenerative. Ultimately, our goal is to try to make the soil better and the yields better while reducing the cost and the input structure. And so, if you take an open mind about that, the most expensive thing farmers do is tillage. And so that's part of what drove us 25 years ago to go to no-till. And then now I think we now have 25 years of 1 acre grid soil data. So we have some pretty good trends on what works and what doesn't. We're trying to do everything in our power to capture carbon. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the more carbon you have in the soil, the more it yields. From that perspective, we're no-till, we're cover crops, and that's for two reasons. One, if you live east of the Mississippi, erosion is simply horrific because of the rainfall. We've been averaging 1 4-inch rain event in January or February every single year for the past decade. So you can imagine what fall-tilled dirt happens to it in that. So we don't want to ever till the soil. We want something growing year-round. And quite honestly, that is just not very hard to do. It really isn't. And the science is ironclad. If you till the soil, you burn off a lot of carbon. That's why the yields go up right after you till the soil, because you're burning carbon and nutrients. And you have to replace them. So we really do not care about growing the most bushels of corn we can this year, because we can prove to you that that's an economic and environmental disaster. And it's happening on about 75% of the U.S. farm fields this year. So you can just prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt. You burn carbon, you have erosion, you have leaching. And secondarily, this is a low-cost wind industry, just period. And so for us, every time we go out and do something, we want it to have an economic benefit, but our focus is longer term. The best way to quantify that in the 3 major dry events we've had since we've started doing cover crops 10 years ago or so, we'll have yields drop 5 or 7%, and the county will drop 30, pretty reliably. In our system, it's really important to remember that if you look at the crops June 5th, ours will never look as good. If you fly over the crops September 1st, ours always look the best. If you're competitors with us, you don't have to worry about us. You have to worry about our grandkids, because our grandkids' farms are going to be bizarrely productive.